Hi, I'm Larry. We're going to be installing cable rail today. We've already done some different scenarios. In this application, we've actually done our posts, our snap pocket, and our top rail. What we did not do was install our post cap right here, because once we run our cables, before tightening them, we need to get our cable wrap corner in there. All right, we have all our cables open, so we'll come back to our starting point. We're going to take our threaded terminal in. We're going to go ahead and insert that into our post and out the other side. And then we will take our threaded terminal female end and go ahead and thread that on there. We don't want to thread it on very far. That's actually all of our tightening. And then we're going to take our grommets, and they'll come bagged in 26s. Just go ahead and open a couple of bags and put them in your pocket. And then what you want to do is you don't want to install them in the post, because right now you have a 7/16 hole, real easy to run your cable through. Once you put your grommets in there, it really shrinks the size of the hole, and it likes to grab the corners of the cable and unravel it. So what I do is just put them face to face, and then just slip them on as we go, and then we'll come back later and actually put them on. And then with these bigger posts, you can actually just run the cable right through the corner. If you have to wrap a corner in the smaller posts, you'll actually have to put a little C on the end of the cable. It's not a big deal. We'll run that all the way around. If you do forget a grommet, just step back, put one on. If you get down to the end and you forgot one, or you put one on backwards, you can always clip them with a pair of dikes, slip them on the cable or off the cable as the case may be, and then just turn your cut to the bottom. Okay, we're going to go ahead and insert the cable in the post, or you can leave it lie next to it. If you leave it lie next to it, your grommets come off. We're going to go ahead and do that with all 11 cables, and then we'll move on to our next step. I am pushing the cable back into the post where it's locking in place so I can get my cable wrap in there. So we're going to put the leg of the cable wrap into the screw race in the corner of the post. Okay, so we'll go ahead and snap our cables back in place. Just going to pull them from the loose end. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and cut the excess length off of our cables. We went ahead and strung them through this last post just simply to keep the grommets on them and keep them up out of our way. At this point, we're going to pull them back out of the posts, the last post. We're just going to mark the edge of the post with our fingers on the cable and go ahead and cut it. You want to make sure we retwist our ends on our cable, make sure there's no loose strands on it, because that'll lock up in the jaws of the quick lock. And then we're going to put our quick lock on, and that's all there is to it. So we'll go ahead and do the rest of them. Okay, so now we're going to install our grommets into the post. Remember, we didn't install them when we went because it just halves your hole diameter size, makes running your cable a whole lot harder, especially around these corners. So now we're just going to take our grommets and move them to either end. And they are a little tight on the threaded terminal end. They're a little tough to get in. The post side isn't too bad. All right, so now we're ready to tighten our cables. Make sure you get your grommets in before you start tightening your cables. It's not easy to do after the fact. You're going to need a good set of vice grips. You're also going to want to tape up the jaws with some sort of tape, whether it's vinyl tape, duct tape, I don't care. It just keeps it from scratching up the stainless connectors. You're also going to need a 4.5 metric Allen wrench, and then we're ready to start. Okay. So all of the threaded terminals that come swagged from Crystal Light have 2 2 crimps on them, it creates sort of a flat spot on the front and back, so that's actually what I go ahead and clamp to. So the reason we put the corner wrap in the corner, we didn't used to let people wrap cable because the cable will bind up in the corner when you start tensioning it. The other thing it'll do is it'll tighten this side, but it doesn't necessarily want to tighten that side. So we did the cable insert, and then on top of the cable insert we had it clear anodized, so it makes the surface kind of slippery. So that cable actually slips around that corner as I'm tightening it, so it's actually snugging this side up just as much as this side. So we've got everything, all our cables in, we've got all our cables tightened, so we don't need access to this post anymore, so we can go ahead and put our post cap on. It's got 4 tabs on the bottom, lines up with your screw races in all 4 corners. You want to just get it started in one corner and then give it one solid smack in the center. You don't want to hit it from all 4 sides. So we're going to get it started, and we're done.